The shock of Trump and Putin forces Merz to his knees, Germany's humiliation complete. My friends, ask yourselves this question. When Trump speaks, the world listens. When Germany is silent, who speaks for us? This question is no longer a theory. It is the bitter reality of October 17, 2025. While Trump and Putin are negotiating the future of Europe in Budapest, while the world holds its breath, where is Germany? Where is Chancellor Merz? Nowhere. Not invited. Ignored. This is not a simple diplomatic blunder. This is the public humiliation of Germany, proof that our geopolitical voice has been silenced. In this video, we will dissect this humiliation. We will uncover who is responsible and why this is happening. And the truth. My friends, it doesn't begin in Budapest. It begins here in the heart of Berlin. Imagine it's like an international poker game where all the big players are sitting at the table. Only Germany is standing outside, nose pressed against the glass, feeling the shame of exclusion. That is exactly what we are experiencing now as a nation. And I ask you, how long will we allow this? How long will we endure this disgrace? Why is Germany silent on the world stage? Because it is paralyzed from within, and the paralysis begins at the top. Let's look at the brutal numbers from the latest Forsa poll for RTLN TV this week. Only 25% of Germans are still satisfied with the work of Chancellor Merz. 71%, almost 3 out of 4 citizens, are dissatisfied. This is no longer a bad poll result. It is a vote of no confidence from his own people. A chancellor without support cannot make strong decisions. He can only save his own chair. He's not a statesman, he's a seat warmer. And while Merz trembles in Berlin, the people rise up, especially in the east. The latest figures from INSA in Saxony-Anhalt. The AfD at an unbelievable 40%. In cities like Hoyerswerda and Zittau, this is no longer a prediction. This is the reality. I'm telling you, as someone who knows the East, who experienced the fall of the wall. These numbers are no coincidence. They are the outcry against a government that is selling us out. 40%. That's millions of voices saying, enough of the lies, enough of the weakness and Merz. He ignores them, builds firewalls instead of bridges. What cowardice! Imagine your boss ignoring 71% of your colleagues. How long would he survive? Exactly. But in Berlin, they cling on and we pay the price with humiliations like in Budapest. From my point of view, I spoke to pensioners in Dresden who say, Merz is like a captain without a compass. He's driving us onto the reef. And the polls, they don't lie. 25% approval, that's historically low, lower than ever under Scholz. And AfD rises to 26% nationwide, in the east up to 40%. In Thuringia, 38%, Saxony 35%. These are real people, real worries, ignored wages, rising prices, insecure borders. Merz talks about strength, but shows weakness. Weakness in the economy where jobs are fleeing. Weakness in diplomacy where we are ignored. The vote of no confidence is loud and clear, and it echoes all the way to Budapest. See the contrast. While Merz is silent with 25% approval, others are acting. Trump meets Putin. Orban meets Trump. Why? Because they are not afraid to speak their minds. They represent the interests of their people loudly and clearly. According to Reuters on October 16th, Trump and Putin agree to meet in Budapest to negotiate about Ukraine. Orban as host, a strong leader who protects his country. You may like these leaders or not, but one thing is clear. When they speak, the world listens. They don't talk about firewalls, they build bridges for their nations. And the people, they feel that. They don't want administrators of decline. They want leaders with backbone. And that, my friends, is the reason for the 4% in the East. It is the cry for a leadership that doesn't cave in at the first sign of criticism. A leadership that gives Germany a voice again. I spoke with people in Magdeburg, ordinary pensioners and workers. We want someone like Orban who fights for us, not Merz, who caves in. Aha. Suddenly, everything makes sense. These strong men act while our politicians tremble. Trump calls Putin very productive, he says on X, and Merz sends press releases. What a difference. It's like a lion among sheep. The lions roar, the sheep bleat softly, and we suffer for it. Look at Orban. He meets Trump in Mar-a-Lago, builds alliances. Putin negotiates with Kim, strong and determined, and Merz talks about strength, preserves peace, but shows weakness in every press conference. On X, they mock, Merz confuses strength with weakness. Exactly. In Hungary, Orban has 60% approval because he acts. Here, 25%. The contrast is painful, and in the East, people vote AfD because they want real leadership. No empty words, no compromises with Greens who weaken us. This awakens pride. Pride in a Germany that counts again. But this weakness is not only political, it is economically self-destructive. While America conquers the future with AI, what are we doing in Germany? We are discussing regulations that strangle innovations before they even arise. Even former US ambassadors like Rick Grenell have criticized our policies on X. He calls it a Weimarization of technology policy. What a disgrace. A disgrace that costs us billions. And what does that mean for you? It means closed factories. It means your grandchildren have to move abroad to find good work. It means your pension is insecure because our economic engine is sputtering. And it means a weak army because a sick country cannot protect strong soldiers. Imagine your grandchildren working in the USA because everything here is regulated to death. Your pension is melting away through inflation because Merz is pumping billions into Ukraine instead of for us. And the Bundeswehr, rusting tanks, empty warehouses because a chancellor with 25% approval doesn't make tough decisions. This is the chain reaction. Political weakness leads to economic decline, leads to geopolitical humiliation. I see it coming and it makes me angry. Angry for you, for all of us. Where is the pride? Where is the strength? Given away to Brussels, to Washington, to Kiev. Enough. Look at the numbers. Economic growth, 0.7% predicted. Embarrassing. America 3%, China 5%, and we are discussing AI regulations while OpenAI makes billions. Grenell is right. Weimarization, chaos through overregulation, and the army 54% in favor of conscription. But Merz hesitates. Weakness, their family suffers, higher energy prices, jobs gone because Merz caves in. That is pure self-destruction. I feel it with you. The fear for the future, the anger at the ignorance. But there is a way out, and it begins with us. Let's summarize. A public humiliation on the world stage, a paralyzed chancellor without support, a people in the East rising up, and an economy that is strangling itself. That is the Germany under this government. But I tell you, if Berlin is silent, we must speak. The time of silent anger is over. It is time to act. First, share this video. Let it go viral until Berlin hears it. Second, comment below, Merz show strength or go. Third, write to the Chancellery. Demand explanations, why are we silent in Budapest? And fourth, support local initiatives for strong diplomacy, petitions against weakness, for new elections. Talk to 3 neighbors. Have you seen the Forza numbers? 71% dissatisfied. Time for change. Celebrate small victories. AfD at 40% in the East, that is the pressure that counts. Subscribe to this channel because here you will find the truth that no one else is saying. We are the voice of the people. Exclusive, fearless. Next video, the secret deals in Budapest. Revealed. Stay vigilant. Stay strong. For our Germany, a Germany that roars again.